Welcome back, Bigfooters. It's Wednesday. Time to celebrate the Monkey Wench podcast.
That's right. Keep that energy up, everyone. Woo! Let's dance for the Monkey Wench podcast.
Every Wednesday night, 7:30 to 9:30. Dance with us.
Keep it up, Bigfooters. See you next week.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hey, Mark.
Hi.
Unfortunately, the guest that we had scheduled for tonight, she was having some problems, some technical problems, but that was Marie Dumont, and we'll see if we can reschedule her for a future date whenever things get straightened out. But in the meantime, I had sent out an invitation. I'd gone through my contacts and contact maybe 5 or 6 people and said, hey, if you have time, jump in and we'll talk about whatever, doesn't matter. And that's why I kind of renamed tonight's podcast to, let's see, what was it?
Question and answer or something, I thought. But...
Oh, there we go. It's repeating me. So I'll just shut off. There we go. I shut off the YouTube app. Hey, Diane. Yeah, I've got wings. What is that? Red Bull. Yeah, I'm Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah.
Although I've never tasted Red Bull.
Oh yeah, me either. I don't know what that stuff would do to you. I need more energy, I guess, but I'm not sure I want it that way.
Yeah, me neither. No, I have my coffee in the morning. It's like about 14 ounces of it, so it's a pretty big mug. And take my B12, and that's enough to get me energy. That's my energy boost for the day.
Yeah, I take some vitamin. Oh, I'm taking vitamin D. The doctor said I needed more vitamin D.
Oh, okay. D as in David.
Yes.
Yeah. Get out in the sunshine.
Well, I said that, and he said, well, that doesn't do as much as people think it does. He said, if you're low on it, you probably need to take a supplement. So he put me on just 1,000 units a day, which isn't very high.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And I haven't been tested again since, so I don't know if I'm up any since then or not.
Well, you should, because I was talking with somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that their doctor had told them that they need vitamin D, and so they started taking a bunch of supplements, vitamin D supplements, and then they were tested, and the doctor told them, hey, you got to stop. You can actually overdo vitamin D.
Yeah, well, he did tell me to just do 1,000, because you can go all the way up. I think I saw him as high as 10,000 units at a time, and he didn't want me taking that much. So
yeah. Diane says you need to get at least 15 minutes of sunshine a day.
Oh, well, I do that. I'm out quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Long as, matter of fact, most days I probably get several hours. But when I was in Alaska, I used to take vitamin D all the time because I didn't get any sunlight.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
In the winter.
Yeah, definitely. And yes, supplements help. Yeah, that's for sure. I know, I am, on the most part, very resistant to taking any type of prescription medication. And my doctor, my PCP, has learned not to really push anything on me. because, I tell her, it's chemicals. I don't want to put chemicals in my body. You get enough of that crap in your body from your environment and your food and everything else, and you just don't need it.
Yeah.
So I take a bunch of supplements.
Yeah, I guess fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not affected by medicine, and they give me all kinds of it. So.
Yep.
I threatened to quit taking it all a while back, and doctor about passed out. And said, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I really could, but I did quit. I quit taking one of them for about a week or 10 days because I ran out. Boy, I got sick.
Oh.
They said it was because I did just quit cold turkey,
Yeah. If you're going to quit, then pare it down little by little. So it's not such a shock to your body.
I hadn't planned on quitting, but I ran out.
Yeah, you were kind of forced into it.
And I didn't realize I was out till I was out, and then it took me about a week or 10 days to get some more in. So, because my prescription is expired, so I had to get a hold of the doctor, and they had to renew it. And then, So anyway, I'm not having much luck with what I was trying to do for one of the things you said we might talk on tonight. I was trying to find a picture that would kind of represent it, but I don't see anything. So,
hey Todd, how you doing?
Oh, hi Todd. New York Todd.
Yep, Bigfoot New York Todd. Yeah, everyone, I highly suggest that you get on his YouTube channel and check out his videos. He's got some really good stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's very detail oriented, and sometimes he'll admit it too, a little bit to the extreme. But no, he's very good at what he does.
Yeah, I'm subscribed, and I get notices when he puts up new videos, so I always watch it.
Yeah, I've had him on here a few times. It's been a while though. Yeah. So, okay, here, let me see. Oh, he said he left me a message on my cell phone. Okay, yeah, I left the link on there on our chat. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I kind of wanted him to tell us what's going on with the new Doug Highcheck movie too.
Oh, he's got a movie.
Well, Legend Meets Science 2.
Oh, okay.
Part 2. And Todd's part of that.
Okay. Okay, he says, you are so right. Yeah. Yeah, get on.
If he's talking to you or me. Nobody accuses me of being right very often. I've actually had an interesting day. I've been told I was wrong several times today.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Not unusual.
Oh.
Not unusual.
Yeah, my husband always jokes that it's one of the things you learn whenever you first get married, to always, you always say yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Well, no, I didn't have that. I saw both my sons today, and both of them had to have some comment, about that I don't do things right. So.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I saw one ex-wife today and heard from another one. So.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, 2 in one day.
I wouldn't think that would be good.
There wasn't anything good come out of either one of those.
Well,
you can go ahead and do prayer requests and
yes,
get that going. And
okay. All right. Diane says she'll be right back, but she's listening.
And don't let me forget this week. I forgot last week. We have a special show Friday.
That's right.
D.A. Roberts.
Yes.
So everybody's on tonight needs to make sure and come back Friday.
Exactly. I'd forgotten about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Well, I had too till I looked at my calendar.
Yeah, it's not our regular schedule, but yeah. Friday. I think it's 7:00 Eastern.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And we'll have D.A. Roberts on. I've spoken with him a little bit on Old Line Cryptids on their podcast, but not very much. Fascinating guy, though.
Author. He writes fiction mostly. I mean, it's fictional. It's about Bigfoot, but it's also, I think, I guess I shouldn't admit this. I haven't had time to read his books, but I've heard about them, and I think they're set back maybe like in the 1700s or something. I'm not sure.
Ooh, interesting.
Pyro must know something. He's saying,
yeah.
I didn't know you had him on before.
No, not on my show. No. Probably on Old Line and probably Woodwalkers also. He must have been on Woodwalkers.
Well, he's got his own show, and that's on Wednesday nights, and that's why he couldn't do Wednesday night.
Okay. Yep. That would explain that.
Yeah.
And I keep up with all.
Speaking of Woodwalkers and Old Line, there's Blackie. You know Blackie, he's on here sometimes in our chat. And he might not be a bad one to get on sometime.
I think I've had him and Erica on, but it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary's podcast is on Friday, so he won't be able to get on and help us out.
Whose is? Oh, Gary's. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pop Spikes.
Yeah, I didn't know until I think last week I saw it. I didn't know he had one even.
Yeah. Waldo of YouTube. Oh, no, Gary, I appreciate everything that he does. He is so dedicated to helping us all out, with all of our podcasts. And I know that we all appreciate him.
Oh, yeah.
So, very much.
Great guy.
Yes.
But now Diane is a moderator too, right? Diane Fowler?
Yes, but I don't think, there's a little.
She's in there.
Yep, she's on here. So
she might have to handle Friday night.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Chad did a 4.5 hour show last night. 4 hours was with Kumba.
See, I can't do shows like that. Even if I'm in the audience, I just can't do that.
I think Woodwalkers did a show with Kumba where it was a little over 6 hours.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, you ought to break that up. I mean, I don't know how anybody can sit through that much all in one shot.
Yeah, Woodwalkers, they have a separate show, I think night something, where they come on in the middle of the night. Oh, okay, that was on Old Line Cryptids. Oh, okay. And they oh my, there's something else. Yeah, because Greg House and Misty, they're both night owls.
No.
And they'll just go on and on and on. Oh my God. Yeah, Kumbo, he can go on for 5-6 hours just alone on all of his stories and everything else. He's a fascinating man. I am trying to get schedules together to get him on here. And so we'll see. I sent him an invite for tonight also. So you never know. Maybe he'll have time to pop in. I hope so. Yeah, Pyro.
You know, when we switched over to 2-hour show, I mean, decided we didn't want to go more than 2 hours. It was as much for the audience as it was for us.
Yes.
Because when you go by 2 hours, people just start dropping out.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. And then there's other people who come in right around that 2-hour point.
Well, yeah, and then they don't like it if you leave, I guess.
Yeah.
I can go back and watch the show from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's great. Well, tell you what, let's get into the prayer requests and everything else. Get down to business. We have, oh God, I've got two tablets here. I've got, oh, it's not coming up. Hold on. There's one tablet and another tablet with prayer requests all written down. And what I should do is just take wings. Oh, that's something. Okay. And yeah, guys, if you have a prayer request, you can just put it here in the comments, just prayer request. You don't have to go into detail. Just type in prayer request, or you can message either Mark or myself privately and, let us know that you're requesting prayer for something. And we've got our lists right here, and, we'll add you to it. Most definitely.
You can throw me on there this week because I got some bad news today. So
okay. I think I have you on the old list anyway, so
probably, but
we'll put you on the new list on the new page.
The new tablet.
Yes. Oh, hey, there's Patty. Patty, you got in here early. Good to see you. Power says Patty Fry.
You know her better than I do. Is her middle name French?
French?
Yeah. Patty French Fry?
Oh.
I thought maybe that was her middle name. I'm looking all over here if you can't tell for something. I cannot figure out where it went. And I just had it a few minutes ago.
Oh.
I need a Band-Aid. My hands bleed. But well.
No. Well, if you need to break away for something.
No, there they are right there.
Okay, here we go. Dave.
Hello. It's a Band-Aid. Hey, Dave.
Dave is trying.
Is the camera working on this thing?
Well, there's a blur, but at least we can hear you.
Okay, there's a floor, so I don't know how to flip around the camera.
It's kind of a blob.
Yeah.
That's about what I feel like right now, too.
Oh.
Arrow where? I got my help here.
Oh, you got Cindy there?
Nope. Let me see. No, left.
Oh, we lost him.
We lost him, huh? Wow.
Yeah, he'll come back on. He'll come back on.
And folks in the audience, don't forget, tonight's kind of a Q&A thing.
Yeah.
Too. And so be sure to put your questions in capitals.
Yeah. Yeah, put your questions in all capital letters, so that way both I and Mark will see them, and I'll pop them up on the screen. Address them.
Yeah, the camera's not working.
Well, at least we can hear you, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the heck is going on with this thing, but it happens when you're computer illiterate here. I'm going to hit the camera icon and see what happens.
Hey, well, there you go.
Yeah, we can hear
Turns
you.
them off.
Nobody wants to see you anyway.
Yeah, it's very true. Okay. I'm just going to shut the camera off, I guess, and we'll just go like that. How's that?
That's good. As long as
All
we
right.
can hear you, that's the important thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying on my computer. Cindy's tablet goes on, but I don't know anything about this thing either. So,
But you're here. You
yeah.
got
So, anyways, didn't hear you guys for about the last 8 minutes because I've been messing with the
Man, I'm glad he wasn't listening.
Yeah, we were taking prayer requests that if anyone had a
okay.
snow.
No, I don't think anything. I'm doing pretty good in that department.
You're
Went
in
to visit Cleveland Clinic and everything is looking on the up and up. So I might be around for a while.
Yeah, that's good news. But
Yeah.
you're in my prayer list anyway, so
Well, thank you. Boy.
yep. And as well as R&R and everyone else.
Yeah.
And
Poor Ruger.
yeah. At our research area, they got bad news about their dog. So it's we're just sending out prayers for the dog now.
Oh,
Did you cover the latest stuff going on in
Nope.
at your place? And
Nope. I think last week I talked a little bit about how Lou heard the knocks across the road from us, and but that was about it. Really, nothing else has happened since then. I haven't heard anything. They're not as active here as what they are up at R&R.
yeah, they're definitely up here. We got our corn is on the cob. Sweet corn's coming in now here, and our field corn's on the cob, and they're up here. I had 3 or 4 days ago, I don't remember now. I had wood knocks at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had 3 knocks up on the ridge above me, on the mountain above me. Then I had an answering knock from right next to the house here, down in the creek bottom by the swamp here.
Oh.
And then I had a whistle.
Ooh.
So, and then it's been my experience. This time of year, this first few weeks in August is when we start getting increase of sightings in this area. Mostly 99% of them is road crossings. So
yeah,
and that has started.
Yeah, I've noticed a little uptick in reports, from really all over. So it's apparently so.
Yeah, it's all food. I think it's all food related, actually, and they love sweet corn. If they can get someplace with sweet corn unobserved, they'll tear it up. They'll eat it, but they'll settle for field corn. But my apples are on right now. Well, tonight in the yard we had fox, a bear, half a dozen deer, and everybody's coming to visit tonight. So.
Yeah, well, with all the crops coming in and the apples and everything else, yeah, I don't blame them about the sweet corn.
Yeah. And then the only other story was I told you about that little girl that got lost up here, right? I don't know who I told.
I don't recall.
Okay, so back in 4th of July, there was it's called Webb's Ferry, right? It's a state line on the Allegheny Reservoir. It's a boat launch.
Yeah.
So a 7-year-old girl and her father, was a daddy-daughter type outing, and they were up at Webb's Ferry fishing during the day, come in at night, and then they were camping on shore in a tent. And anyways, Daddy woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the little girl and the 2 dogs they had were gone.
Oh.
So this area up there by the reservoir is pretty rugged. It pretty much goes straight up and down. And not to mention there's a few rattlesnakes here and there.
Yeah.
And So he wakes up, the kid's gone, couldn't find her. So he panicked, rightly so. He called the 911, got the the law enforcement and the volunteer fire department search team out, and everybody is out looking for him. Lasted all day, and anyways, this is like a third or fourth person hand-me-down story. One of the and I'm still trying to, hopefully coming up in the festival coming here on the weekend of the 20th there, or whatever that weekend is there. I'll find out who the fire guy was watching the main road through there, and he had a woman stop and tell him that I just had a Sasquatch cross the car in front of me down there about a half a mile. So evidently the search party that was searching along the reservoir flushed a Bigfoot out of the area there. So they searched all day for the little girl. She come wandering into a campground about 6 miles away, about 12 hours after she disappeared. Her story was she got up to let the dogs go potty and then decided to take a walk, and then got lost in the woods, and so she didn't know what to do. So she followed the dogs. So just at dark, just as it was getting dark, her and the two dogs come walking into Red Oak Campground, which is up there along the reservoir. So from Webb's Ferry to Red Oak Campground's about 6 mile walk.
Wow.
Through almost straight up and down terrain.
Oh, my.
And they made it in 12 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
So the dogs, and from what I understand, one was a Labrador mix. And I'm thinking the dog smelled the food cooking at the campground and headed that way. And she followed the dogs, and everything turned out all right.
Oh, my God. Thank God. Wow. Praise God.
So that was the last, the last sighting that I heard about up here.
Oh, wow.
So,
how old was she?
7.
7. Oh, my goodness.
I did talk to one guy. He said, "Yeah, we thought we were going to have to sedate the father." And I said, "I don't blame him. I'm sitting there going crazy."
Yeah.
And they told him, you just sit right here with us, and we got the team out. And
yeah.
Oh.
She was with the dogs, so they would have protected her at least as much as they could, I'm sure.
Yeah, the only thing up there is the rattlesnakes you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Bigfoot.
And the Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot, but evidently he had no interest. So it's like, oh no, those human kids. Oh my God,
Well, I'm sure there's bear in that area, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Bear.
Oh, we got lots of bears. Yeah, like I said, we just had one in the yard here about half hour ago, checking out the apples on the ground.
The last story I heard like that, and I don't remember when it was supposed to when it was supposed to have taken place, but I think it was a little boy about 5-6 years old, something like that disappeared, and he wasn't found for like 2 or 3 weeks, and he was in good health. And when they found him, he was walking somewhere, and they found him, and they was like, "How on earth did you survive this long?" And he was like, "A bear took care of me."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the story. A bear took care of him.
Yeah.
That was all he knew to call it.
Yeah. I don't think it was a bear.
Probably not.
It could have been what Baloo the bear from what's that Disney movie?
Smokey Bear.
Yeah, Smokey
Yogi
Bear. Baloo from
Baloo from
what was Mogwai? I gotta remember
Mogwai.
I haven't watched that in years. My kids are all adults now, so I can barely remember it.
Yeah, the Jungle Book.
Yeah, it was Jungle Book. Bare necessities. That yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. I remember now. But at the R&R research site, it's just the same old. I don't think they got any whistles lately, but they've had some house knocking, house slapping going on still.
Yeah, there was, I think she reported some knocks around, 5 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah, this morning. Yeah. So our daughter was down, so I haven't been over there lately. I'd like to get over there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to barge in on family time and then the dog emergency and just like all heck is breaking loose over there. Yeah. But
yeah, I'm wondering how they're the Bigfoot are reacting to the grandkids.
they usually come in. They usually get it. They usually come in and watch.
Yeah.
And it seems like a draw. The noisy kids draw them in.
Yeah.
The neighbor, I don't know how many kids they got, 5, 6, I don't know. Those guys usually sound like there's a riot down in the woods down there. So that's another reason they might stick around the area just to watch the kids.
Yeah.
So, dogs disappear. Their farm animals disappear on a routine. Things come up missing. Of course, the coyotes can do a lot of that, and so can the bears. But
yeah, there was a horse that came up missing. About a year ago or so?
Yeah, there was a pig, and then there was the headless chickens appeared in the yard at one time, which was really weird.
Yeah.
So usually chickens with their heads missing, that's usually something to do with a weasel or a mink or something.
Yeah, raccoons.
But why they would steal 6 chickens and take them a quarter mile over and end up in their yard does not make sense unless they got chased over there and got massacred. I don't know. I have no idea. Just strange things happen over there. Or could the chickens have been a gift for them?
Yeah, well, who knows?
Because they do have that gifting thing going.
Yeah.
And then the last thing we did was in July, we were at a yard sale. And I got a whole box of Christmas ornaments, plastic Christmas ornaments. I don't know, probably 20. And they put them out. And they're all gone. So they got their Christmas present early. That's another reason I want to get over there. I like to stay overnight because sometimes those come back to me. So
they'll put them on the car or the truck.
Yeah.
They
ended up on my windshield wiper the last time. One of them windshield wiper, and she did see something. She just told me that when you go out to your truck tonight, be careful. There's a bear out there, around your car.
Yeah.
And then I go out there, and it was a Christmas ornament on my windshield wiper and a big giant handprint. And I was standing out there looking around, and I called them on my phone and said, "Hey, you guys gotta come out here and see this." It wasn't a bear.
Nope.
But she said it was, maybe 3 foot to the back is what she saw. She thought it was a good sized bear. And so evidently it was not a bear on all fours. It was one of our friends.
Yep.
So
they like to leave handprints on your vehicles.
Yeah, I think everybody's been there has been tagged. So
Yep. Yeah, I've got pictures of my truck. And then that one, he whacked the tonneau cover on the back of my husband's truck and bang, I guess just to get our attention. And we said, what the heck is that? And and
that was a bongo drum.
Yeah, exactly. Bongo drum. Oh my goodness. There's something else over there. And the thing is, and I was just talking to somebody, about this. They've got the cameras, the Bigfoot live stream, all set up over there. And it usually whenever people put game cameras or trail cams on the property, to try to catch the Bigfoot, well, then the Bigfoot will go away. Or it'll affect their the activity around the property, and it really hasn't affected it other than they'll disable the cameras, or they avoid the cameras somehow, some way, and all kinds of different things. But even so, the activity is still there. They find their way around the cameras where they're not coming into view, but they'll stand on the opposite corner of the house and whack a table or the siding on the house or the garage or something, but they're still there.
My auto mechanic that caught that image I was telling you about, I mentioned it before on your show, the see-through Bigfoot. One was cloaking. It walked right in front of their new security camera, and they had it on their what do you call it? Their DVD or whatever, the security DVD. Yeah. We couldn't download it because it wasn't connected to the internet, and we lost the image.
Oh.
But that was one that walked. The camera was up not even a day, and it walked right in front of the camera. She had some, what do you call it? Sunflower plants, flowers on her front porch.
Mm-hmm.
And something was messing with it. And she's older girl, and she has pain, and she was up, and she was just, I don't know, reading or something, and then she hears the little alarm go off of the computer, like bing bong, like something walked in front of the camera. She goes to view it, and it was pretty much, for what I saw, was a see-through, was a Bigfoot from the shoulder up, side view as he walked past the camera, but you could see through him.
Oh,
like a ghost image. So I said, well, that's a cloaking Bigfoot is what that was.
Yeah.
And they added more cameras since then, and there has not been any activity around the house now because they got it full coverage around the house, and there's nothing been going on. She says most of the stuff is the rocks left on the barn and on the top of the fence posts and stuff like that, but nothing close to the house. So the cameras pretty much shut down the activity around there.
Yeah.
So they can see them. I don't know if it's the EMFs off them. I have no idea. But at R&R site, there's so many cameras there, and it's just amazing how they can work between them.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They
how
know.
they can get. I have no idea.
I know whenever they first put them up, both R and I, we were watching one night, and we saw one. It was about probably about 50, maybe 75 yards out in the woods behind the house, and it was walking through. And this was at nighttime, so you could only see it appeared white, as heat, but you could tell, the deer. There were deer there first, maybe 5 or 6 deer, and then they ran off. And then a Bigfoot came walking through. And after that, forget it. You really couldn't see. They've avoided everything, even that far out.
Yeah, the one then at that time period too, they captured the still shot of that one that was way in the back. It was shaped just like a Bigfoot, a conical type head and shoulders and all that. And it was a far away shot, but when you enlarge it, you can clearly see it looks just like a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But that was it too. I mean, they even pretty much know the camera range. That's what's amazing.
They do, yes.
So
now, I know at my house, the old house, we had those motion sensor lights, security lights, and they knew the range. Apparently, they tested to see how far that it reached before the lights triggered, and they found a way, hugging close to the house. They would come down the side and go up underneath the eaves and just come right up along the house. Then he'd reach up and turn the light so it wouldn't trigger. And that's how he got next to the house. drove me crazy, because, at first I thought, why isn't the light triggering? And, I told my husband, I told Lou, I said, why do you keep turning that light? I need it to trigger whenever they're around. And he said, no, I've never touched that light.
Yeah. Yeah, my house, I have security cameras on my doors, front and back doors.
Yeah.
And then I have it pointed to the yard to my pole barn, so we keep an eye on that. But any activity I have here is always in the area where there's no cameras, to the north of me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff goes along that creek there. I mean, that's where I get a lot of my wood knocks and whistles and stuff between me and the neighbor, and it's a brushy area following that little creek ravine down from the top of the mountain. And it's a major corridor for everybody, and for the deer, bear, and turkey, everything. It's just like a game trail there. Mm-hmm. But I don't put anything over there for that reason. It's like if they want to come in and screw around with the house. Yeah, but throwing apples at the house is about. I know there was nobody here. You've never been to my place, and I'm pretty rural, and I don't see anybody coming 300-400 100 yards off the road to come throw apples at the side of my house where there's no cameras.
Be stupid.
And then and then usually I can tell when something's going on is when the deer come up to the house. If there's a bear in the area, the deer will come right up and lay right up against the house. And
sometimes their antlers will hit the side of the house. And
or I have a wood stove pipe that comes out of the basement and goes up alongside the house. And at night I'll hear something rubbing against that. And, I'll sneak out on the back porch with the flare, and there's a deer rubbing his butt on the on the bolts of the dang thing. It's like, okay, that explains that noise.
Yep, that's right.
So Mark, where are you out of? I don't even. You told me, I probably forgot.
Well, I spend most of my time in North Carolina, but I'm actually in Illinois right now.
Oh,
I travel all over.
Now, are you near the Missouri line?
The what?
Missouri.
What about Missouri?
Are you near the line? State line?
No, I'm right. If you took a map of Illinois and put a cross in it from straight north-south and one straight east-west, that's right about where I'm at, right smack in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
My son lives here, so I'm here visiting him. And I had a family reunion this past Sunday, and I got a few more things to take care of here, and then I'm headed back to North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Until the middle of September, then I'm coming back to Illinois, and then I'm coming to our outing in Pennsylvania the first week in October.
Yep.
And then hopefully back to Salt Creek, and then back to Illinois.
Yeah.
Any new dents in the camper?
No. No new ones. No new ones.
Yeah, I have people ask me, where would be a good place to go, for Bigfoot? And I says, there's a public campground, and you just go up there and just keep an eye out and listen. You'll see things, hear things.
Well, and things get most interesting after the place is empty, except for you.
That's what I tell your story all the time.
Yeah.
He's up there. There's nobody else. He's the only one in the campground. And boy, were they messing with him.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You were up there by yourself away from the rest of it.
Yeah, everybody left on Sunday, and I stayed over till Monday. And
that's right. Yeah.
And I got attacked.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking, I said, where are you going to be? Because I had a pair of coveralls for him.
Oh,
Somebody gave me a brand new pair of coveralls. And it's like, well,
I
just saw that guy today that gave them to me. He lost another 100 pounds. So. Yeah. So I had what I call full-figured coveralls. And
I still have them.
That's good. And they were brand new. They were Cabela's. I mean, they were like $70 pair. It's like, I don't know anybody. And then I meet him, and I'm thinking, I bet those will fit him. So anyways, we're going to meet up, and then he meets me down at Walmart. Look what they did to my camper. Dents in it, handprints all over the place.
And you know that Walmart's the only Walmart I've ever been at that asked me to leave.
I don't know why they do that. It might be the local.
They said they saw some shifty-looking guy in the lot there that was coming around my camper.
Well, that could be too. We just had the Rainbow family gathering up here. You know, the hippies.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine is one of the
Rainbow
Rainbows.
people are hippies anymore.
Yeah, really. Yeah, well, our generation is that what we called them, but
okay.
Anyways, she goes, "Oh, you got to come up there and bring your Bigfoot stuff and do a presentation for us." I'm thinking, where are you at? So, of course, the federal government likes messing with them because they don't get a permit to use the forest. So they went out and cut trees 1.5 miles from their campground across the roads. So if anybody wanted to go there, they had to walk 1.5 miles in. And it's like, I told her, I said, I can't do that.
No.
And there's no way. And she goes, well, she says, well, we'll get you in there. We'll get you in there. And I said, no, I don't think I'm going to go up there. And then they had some poor guy had a heart attack up there. And by the time they got anything through the roadblocks that the Forest Service put up, it was 2 hours. The guy passed.
Oh.
And there was a lot of angry people up there. I don't know why they have to mess with those people. Just leave them alone. They're not bothering anybody.
You know, you ask about the dent in my camper. I don't get that, but down in North Carolina where I'm at, I'm in a cabin way up in the side of a mountain, and I'm 99% sure that I know what it is. But every now and then at night when I'm trying to sleep, I hear something thumping on the side of the cabin. Where it's at, the ground is hard as a rock. It's almost all gravel up on that mountain, and so nothing ever leaves footprints. But I still think that when they thump on something on the side of the cabin, that's what it is.
Yep, possibly.
My activity here, they come in on the north side of the house because of security cameras, but I found imprints, not anything that you could cast, but you could see in the grass, plainly see the footprints. And I got a few footprints in the creek. JP was down here a couple years ago. He stopped by and I told him what happened 2 nights before. He went down on my creek bottom and he found a couple pretty nice tracks, but nothing castable. But you could tell that,
Well, I had a person right there where I live tell me here, probably a month ago, that they heard something outside their cabin and they woke up and looked out the window and there was
it's there, but it takes a while to burn through the fog, I got to get that festival's coming up and I do a lot of history stuff. So I have to go through my notes and readjust my dates on stuff, it's really weird that things that happen at the time they happen, you don't really notice them until you start really thinking about it.
Yeah.
And well, heck, that could have been that. Well, heck, that was that. It's like, most people don't pay attention. They don't know what they're experiencing. And of course, my son, who's a non-believer, always tells me that, Dad, everything's Bigfoot to you. I said, well, let's put it this way. You tell me what's throwing apples at my house. There's nothing in nature around here that can throw apples. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's probably a black bear.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen a black bear throw anything. But
just because they haven't been seen doing it doesn't mean that's what it is.
That's very true. I mean, it drives me crazy here in my swamp. Something is eating the cattails. Pulls the cattails out of the ground, munches the end off it like eating a green onion, and throw the rest down.
Yep.
And I haven't found any tracks because they're in the water, number one. Whatever it is in the water eating.
Yeah, raccoons.
And I never found any tracks. So I don't know what the heck it is. And I asked everybody that hunts bears, have you ever seen a bear eat cattails?
No, that's raccoons that eat cattails.
I don't know. I mean, a raccoon would be underwater where they're picking these things.
Well, they do. They scuba dive. They use one of the cattail reeds to breathe through while they're
Oh
doing
yeah,
it.
like the old Indian trick, huh?
Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah.
But so that's the only other strange thing that happens around here quite a lot.
Okay, now wait a minute, Diane.
What?
Diane, they're not eating the tops off the cattails. They
No.
eat the roots off the cattails, the part
Yeah.
that's underwater. It's actually, I've eaten it. They're very much like a kind of the texture of a radish, but not the same flavor.
Yeah. That and the green shoots also.
Yeah,
making-
when they're green, when they're little.
in
you
the
can eat them.
spring.
yeah.
And
And
then the fluff at the top, the Native Americans would take that and make bread out of that. They would use it like flour.
Yeah.
They do. I haven't done that yet. Maybe that's a thing we'll do here at the Heritage Festival. I'll try talking somebody into trying.
Well, it makes good fire starter. I know that.
Yeah.
it would. Yeah, it'd be interesting to make bread out of it.
Yeah. Well, I was told that you would mix it with the acorn
Firewater?
flour
Oh.
to give it more substance.
Okay.
Because they're not using yeast to bake, to make it.
Right.
So they would
Right.
mix it in to give it more texture, more,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sometimes a bunch of us will get together and I'll talk some of my hippie friends. So yeah, they're supposed to. Oh, let's try it. It's okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Drink some firewater first. It'll taste good.
Yeah. We're those guys are probably smoked the tops. I don't know.
Oh.
So, but yeah. So it's been pretty quiet. I mean, they're here, and like I said, that's when I go to the festivals and stuff. Most of the road sightings occur here in August. So, and that's when all the food's here.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we do our thing in October, and we normally have some pretty good activity in October there, but not always.
yeah.
When I was there, what was it, 2 years ago?
That was just last year.
Was it last year? I can't
Yeah.
remember. And there really wasn't any activity from what I even put my tent up back towards the back, where I figured they'd be coming up at, and nah, unfortunately, didn't get any activity.
Yeah.
I was hoping for it.
I mean, the
they're-
last the activity at the campground, it wasn't at the campground. It was, and I don't know if I said this on an earlier show or not, but it was some of my hippie friends were out doing a North Country Trail, and a husband and wife and their son. And so they were coming down from New York State and on the North Country Trail, which from the campground it's about 4 or 5 miles north of where the campground is. And so they're almost to the state line, and it was getting dark, so they decided to camp for the night. And this happened back in late May, I believe. We had a warm spell here. And so they were stopped for the night, and then the first thing was the wood knocks they heard, and then they had pebbles thrown at them, and it was kind of dry, so they're just no fire. They're just cooking with a little camp stove, and they're trying to cook, and there's some whoops and some other vocalizations, and some
Nice.
pebbles come flying in, and then after dark, after they went to bed, there was a horrendous scream that scared the living daylights out of them. Tree shaking, and then everything was quiet for the night. And then just before it got sunrise, something let out another horrible scream. So they just packed up and they ate granola bars and water on the trail for breakfast as they're meeting somebody at that Tracy Ridge campground.
Okay.
And once
Yes,
they got
they
to
were.
the campground, they stayed a couple days with their friends, and they didn't have any unusual activity.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, because you were in the arena there.
That's right. Yeah. It's
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool, but that,
it's always fun there. But yeah,
Yeah.
throw acorns and pebbles and
Yeah,
grass.
everybody's acorns always fall from the trees. Yeah, they don't fall sideways.
No, they
It's about 50 mile an hour.
horizontal. Ooh.
I mean, the one rock throwing incident that I had here was back in 2013, and my hip came apart, so I had to go in the next day for surgery to get my hip replaced. And I was, as usual, I'm all spooky and like, oh my God, So I told the wife, I says, I got the tractor out. She goes, where are you going? I says, I want to look at my property just in case something happens, So she goes, I'm going to go with you. So we rode the tractor down by the creek. We're sitting on the tractor talking. And all of a sudden I hear this rock coming through the trees. And it was probably, about a 2-inch rock. It hit the tree like whack. And she goes, somebody's shooting. And I says, no, that was a rock, because I saw it when it hit the tree. It fell. I saw it. And she goes, there's no rocks back in the swamp. I said, there's a little pile back there by the old trolley car grade. And she goes, that's over 100 yards away. And we're standing there, and I said, here comes another one. I hear it coming through the trees, and whack, hits another tree. And she goes, what is that? And I says, well, you know what I think it is. What do you think it is? She says, if it's somebody doing something, they have to have one heck of a slingshot to shoot that far and that hard. I said, I know. I said, they don't want us here for some reason, so let's get the heck out of here, because I don't want to get hit by one of those big rocks.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they were up to and why they were doing it. I just don't understand.
Well,
Unless there was eating something down in there. Huh?
What time of the day was it?
It was evening.
That's why.
Just before dark, yeah.
You were on your tractor, and it was evening. Tractor makes a lot of noise. Think about it.
We were talking. We weren't quiet. We were talking and reminiscing and stuff.
But the tractor itself makes a lot of noise.
Oh yeah. So whatever it was rifling stuff in from almost 100 yards away at us.
Yeah, because there's been a few incidences where people are riding, their tractors into the evening, and just making a lot of noise, or else their lawnmowers, riding mowers, and just making a heck of a lot of noise. And now this is a story that Kumbo has talked about a few times, where this elderly gentleman, he was out mowing, and it was getting late, it was starting to get dark, and his wife was cooking dinner, and here it was getting dark, and he wasn't getting back, but she could see the tractor. It had stopped, and the headlight was on, and it was still running though. So she went out there, and he was gone. It's happened a few times where they're not happy with the noise that late in the evening, probably because it either disturbs the game whenever they're just starting to hunt, or else maybe they're putting their little ones down, to sleep, and you're disturbing the little ones.
Angry mom, yeah. Mama bear syndrome, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, whenever they give you a warning like that, throwing rocks, yeah, turn around.
Around here, the tractor means dinner bell, because it's usually I'm out if I'm cutting grass, and there's apples all over the place over here on the ground. And I slice them up, and boy, everything likes to smell, and you can smell it from several hundred yards away. So that's like everybody comes in. I got take a number to stand in line down here.
If you can smell it from several hundred yards, they can probably smell it from several miles.
Oh yeah. And yeah, down here and in the swamp down here goes 8 miles up into New York State. I mean, it's a pretty big swamp. That Conowongo Creek river bottom goes up a long way, and just north of me, it really gets really wide, like maybe 3 mile wide swamp up there. And it's you know, hardly anybody goes in there. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's a hangout, and then that's where we have there's a lot of UFO activity up there too.
Yeah.
So I mean, this place has historically had UFO activity. So cattle mutilation back in the 60s, just like about half a mile from my house actually is where it happened. I found it in an old book one time, and then I was reading about it, and it always stuck in my mind. Fentonville, New York, and it's like, so it's less than a half mile from me where it happened. And I talked to some of the old timers, and they told me, "Oh yeah, I remember when they were talking about that back in the '60s." And so it was one of those weird cattle things where everything was precisely removed, like really weirdly, and the whole 9 yards. Animals wouldn't eat them. Just really strange stuff. So that what is it? What's the name of that show? The ranch out west.
Oh yeah,
Skinwalker
Ranch. Yeah. So a lot of stuff like that. And then I mean, it seems like it happens quite a few places.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Mark turned into a ghost. He disappeared. There he is.
Getting his drink.
Had to get a beverage.
Yeah, there you go.
It doesn't show on my camera. Does it show on your camera?
No, it's
No.
There's nothing in your hand. I don't see any. Every once in a while, it looks like a bottle. There it is. Pepsi, Diet Pepsi.
I may regret it here in a while, but I had to have something to drink.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I'm sipping. I got some blueberry iced tea that I make with the purple. I don't even know how to say it.
I know what it's called. It's called blueberry moonshine.
Oh,
that I love, by the way. But I got to behave myself.
Acai. That's how you pronounce that.
I say, yeah. So it's a green purple acai tea or whatever the hell it is. That I live on that stuff. That and water, what I drink.
Yeah, I always get the vitamin water that has the blueberries and acai and so on. It's very good. Hey, there's Chad. Good to see you, Chad.
But let's see what else. I'm trying to think what else has been going on. I said I haven't done it. I did 5 of the Warren County Conservation Camp. They have like a summer day camp for the kids.
Oh.
And their theme this year was Mysteries in the Woods, and it was the T-shirt is a Bigfoot holding a what do you call it? One of those not spyglass. What do you call it?
One of the children?
No. It's like the T-shirt is a Bigfoot on the back holding a magnifying glass. That's what it is. Mysteries in the Woods. And so that was the theme, and I was up there, and I was the main speaker, and I got a couple stories from the kids. When I was little and this thing was looking at my window, my daddy said it was a Bigfoot, and stuff like that. But so I have several little farm kids out spying for me. I said, okay, this is my phone number. You hear or see anything, you call me.
Yep.
So
yeah, we should print some T-shirts of Bigfoot with a really mean look on its face, like that, with a child under each arm running through the woods.
Well, I mean, the ones we've encountered, I haven't encountered anything that was really messing with people other than, the bluff charges of people that were messing with it. What happened to Mary that one time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Todd Smith had an episode where something was after him, but
yeah, I've been
I made the T-shirt comment because I thought that would get people's attention. And we'll put Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project on it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, we'll put CSI on there.
People never heard of that. So.
We haven't had any 411 people in a while. It's been like 10 years, I think, from the last time somebody disappeared, and they haven't found them yet. So.
Yeah. Well, that little girl technically would have been a 411 for.
Almost. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's pretty steep in that area up in there, and she could have fell and got hurt, or rattlesnake could have nailed her, or a bear, or anything.
I wonder, and of course, without her parents' permission, you couldn't. But it'd be interesting to talk to her to see what she may have seen, or how did she travel that far, that fast, through that kind of terrain. I mean, it really doesn't make sense.
It's pretty tough for 6 miles, and then that same day, I mean, it's all happened in one day, the same day, and then I'm going to try to find the volunteer fire guy that said that the woman said she saw the Bigfoot. I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
But up here, everybody shuts you know how it is.
Well, yeah.
They shut up. Yeah. Everybody, it's a big secret. You hear about the rumors on the sides, and then sometimes eventually I bump into them at a festival someplace, and then I hear it like, yeah, I heard that a couple years ago. That was you. Yeah.
Yeah. Or else they'll tell you privately, but it's years later.
Well, I like, because the festival we have, the Seneca Nation usually sends dancers down, and you know, and several of the elders show up there too, and usually that's where I get some good stories from. And that's where I got the last couple dogman sightings, was from the Seneca Nation. So, then it's along the East Bank, and it's in the area where that little girl was at. The dogman sightings right in that area.
Oh, wow.
And then I had another rake sighting from that area. Also, somebody said they seen something standing along the road that looked like that. And it's like, oh, cool, wonderful. Yeah.
So has there been any more like lake monster sightings there in the lake or anything lately?
No, I haven't heard anything. My mechanic, who is that captured the Bigfoot on their home security cam, but also he's a boater. So on the weekends, he's usually up there hanging around the reservoir. He told me that they hear, you know, the screams and yells and stuff are normal along the reservoir, but it could be people too, because, you know, it is a hot spot. Everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
So he says, I'm there on the weekends. So there's a lot of people up there on the weekends, but the ones I really pay attention to are the ones in the middle of the week, when there's nobody around.
Yeah, but there was supposed to be some kind of like a lake.
Well, the Seneca have the great horned serpent.
Yeah.
Story, and that was right there on the reservoir. So there was a big giant horned snake in the old days that used to cruise up and down the river and eat villages of people. Not a very friendly snake.
Well, it was hungry.
Very big. And there's a place up there, and it's like a rock ledge. It's on the west side of the reservoir. Back then it was a river. And the Indians, I don't remember the name of it, but the Indians call it where the snake died. And basically the village, it was there, the big snake comes, started eating people, so they ran up this, or going up this, trying to get up this cliff, almost cliff-like structure. And I think the thunder god is Thundero, actually. So anyways, the snake's coming up and eating people, and they're like praying to the gods, somebody help us, somebody help us. So the thunder gods start shooting at him with some lightning bolts. The big snake got hit, got killed, and rolled down this embankment. So the rocks are kind of red colored there, and that's what the Native Americans said. That's why the rock is red, because it was a snake, the bloody snake, rolling down to the river.
No,
and then when they hit the river, it was like a rattlesnake live birth. 2 snakes were born from the dying big snake, and one went north and one went south. And so the whole thing is that the end of the world is coming when the snake from the north and the snake from the south mate. There'll be another giant snake. And when he appears among the villages along the river, it is the sign of the end of the world.
No.
So so that whole thing there, I think is, I think what they're seeing modern day may be in the Great Lakes and in the river systems. At one time, we had very large sturgeons.
Yeah.
And out there out west in the Columbia River, I believe that there's some 20-footers running around out there still.
My
Very
grandmother
huge.
was a sturgeon, but she was only about 5 foot.
Yeah, there you go. But
She really was.
but anyways, when they put the dams and everything up, the big fish, they didn't have the range anymore, so it kind of constricted everything. Lake Erie, was basically dead in the 60s.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, they were still, the perch, the yellow perch and walleye and everything, and still netters on the American side. Canadians, they do whatever they want. Our side, you're not allowed to commercial fish anymore. But when I was a kid, I used to go down along the docks and watch them bring in the fish and stuff. And they would show me like the nets. Okay, so there's this big hole in this net. And they're saying, this was a big catfish. They get stuck in the net and they're like a pit bull. They just shake their head and shake their way out of it. And then there's big holes, big round holes, real long, smooth holes. And they would say that's a big lake sturgeon. They basically caught in a net, put it in reverse, and then full speed ahead, and they go right through the net.
Oh, my.
And so there's a few big ones running around out there still, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But, a 20-foot sturgeon is probably like 150 years old or some crazy thing.
Yeah.
And then they have to have the food and stuff. And, I mean, the catfish, 6 foot, 7 foot long catfish, 300-400 pounds, they can eat a person if they wanted to. Especially children, and children or smaller adults.
Yeah.
They can get it in their mouth, they're going to try to eat it.
Yeah, I know there's been a few stories in the people used to, they still swim in the rivers around Pittsburgh.
Right.
And I remember people talking about they would feel something, grabbing them by the foot and pull them down, but they were able to get out. And I was probably a catfish.
I'm sure. So the big catfish, you see these people down south noodling the catfish.
Yeah.
And some of them are pretty big. And if there wasn't somebody right next to them to help get out of the water, you don't need a very big catfish to drown you.
Yeah.
The one story I had, I was looking over by be west of Pittsburgh, the Yellow Creek area of Ohio. Was looking at a property there, and this old lady owned it. One of my friend's grandmother, she's like 90 years old, lived in the house in the farm by the river. And anyway, so we went up there to talk to her because I was looking for land at the time, and so we were up there, and the neighbor happened to notice a strange vehicle he didn't recognize, so he came over to see who we were. And he worked for the dam system up there, and he was a diver, and his job was to go in and clear the debris and logs out of the lock, the big pipes coming in and out of the locks.
Yeah.
Sometimes the big trees get stuck in there, and they had to go down and hook something up and winch stuff out and everything. And he showed me a video of the fish that attacked him. So he says, yeah, I'm working for the federal government. He said, so they had the bright idea, we only need one diver to do this. We don't need 2 divers anymore, right? So their idea was, okay, we got the camera so they can see and when the water's fairly clear, you can see if there's anything in that intake or outtake. So anyways, he's down there trying to tie up this log that was stuck in there. And all you see is this big, because there was lights on the camera, this big gray shadow come up behind him. It was going after it grabbed his air tank. He said he almost damn near drowned by the time he got out of there. it grabbed his air tank and just started shaking him like a rag doll.
Oh my.
And they figured it was a big catfish.
Yeah.
So then he filed a grievance or did whatever, and they had 2 divers going down in that area, and they were carrying, one of those shark bang sticks.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Yeah. Shotgun fired bang sticks. So he said, yeah, I wanted to get that sucker. He said he was way bigger than me. So, and they're shaped like a V. They're like I said, if they get it in the mouth, they're going to try to eat it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's probably some old fossils floating around down there.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, because I know the old guys, they would talk about around the intakes, at the steel mill and around the locks. They would see a lot of those, either the big catfish or the carp, because the carp would get pretty big also.
Yeah, there was a Lowhead Dam here in Warren, on the Conewango Creek, and they took it out because it was dangerous. You know how people like drowning on those little Lowhead dams. And there's a story from the 1930s where something big, it was in the flood stage, but it was kind of stuck on this, couldn't get past the dam when the water came down. So there was something big in a pool there, and the guys were trying to catch it and they couldn't catch it. And then somebody saw it and said they thought it was, the great horned serpent or something. Went home and made a harpoon, and come back, and they were going to try to harpoon it. Anyways, what happened was, so he's going to make the harpoon, but meanwhile there was a heavy rainstorm, and the Conewango went to flood stage, and whatever was trapped behind the dam was gone.
Yeah.
And supposedly that was over 20 feet long, whatever the heck it was that they could see in the murky water.
Wow.
So it could have been a sturgeon.
Yeah.
It could have been just about anything. Nobody knows what it was, but that was one of the local legends, which I thought was pretty cool. But I think personally, I might want to shoot it. I don't know, but they were to harpoon it like a whale is what the story was, and then it was gone. So then what happens up here now, the refinery up on the river allegedly has oil spills, so they throw out those floating round oil collectors.
Yeah.
Anyways, I had a few years back, I heard somebody talking about they saw great horned serpent down by Titty, and it was after we had a flood, and I was just thinking, I wonder if one of those damn barriers got loose and was getting carried along by the flood waters, and they thought it was a big snake. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say what it was, but yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, you never know. You honestly never know what's
my favorite story was the flying dragon. Back in the 1920s, they have the state fishing tournament down there by Titty, and that was in the paper. If you come up to Warren, they have the Flatiron building, one of those triangle-shaped buildings, and if you look on top of the building, the weather vane is a dragon.
Oh.
And the dragon is that's the ode to this story that so they had, I don't know, several hundred people were standing along the river there. And and one was a judge and one was a state senator, and they swore to it what they saw. So what it was a winged serpent flying down the river. And supposedly that was supposed to be around 20 feet long.
Oh,
anyways, so it was a big thing back then. And that's how, if you come to the downtown Warren, you see that building, look on top, you'll see and the high school mascot is the dragon.
Really?
So that's how that whole story from 19. But there's the Native American legend about the horned serpent that used to fly up and down the river, and then they had the big horned snake, and then but it was basically what they described was a dragon. It's like, okay, so they must have had some good hooch that he got into. 100 people had to be all drunk to see the same thing, I would think. I don't know.
Yeah, big party.
Yeah.
Well, Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, whenever I go up, I think to Tracy Ridge, I'm trying to remember if I do go through Tidiute. Can't remember, but it's possible.
Yeah, the Tidiute and
Yeah.
I mean all the Indian villages downstream there. I mean, was Seneca. Erie was before the Seneca. There was some Delaware up here.
Yeah.
But the Seneca wiped out the Eries in.
That's for Diane.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what my friend saw behind her garage, basically.
Oh, that's
And
right.
on the edge of downtown Warren, and then that was another sighting was beside the road up there in the on the New York side of the reservoir there, over by that campground where the little girl got lost.
Oh, wow.
So and I'm not quite sure because the people, when they describe the hands, the modern kids call it a rake. I had some of the Native Americans say that it's a skinwalker.
Yeah,
So
shapeshifter.
I don't know.
Skinwalker. Yeah, nobody knows. In the South, they call him a hail crawler.
Pale crawler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my hippie chick friends went outside to smoke a cigarette at 3 o'clock in the morning, and this thing was looking around the corner of the garage at her, and she encountered it. I said, "What'd you do?" And she said, "I didn't have time to do anything. It just looked at me, turned around, and went up this steep, like in three jumps. It was up like 60, 70 feet up the mountainside there where she lived.
Yeah.
It was gone." And I said, "So what did you feel?" Because she's a one of those, what do you call them, a medium. I said, "Did it feel evil, feel bad?" She goes, "I didn't feel anything." She said, "I was mostly shocked."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
and I've told people I've rented a lot of people that have seen rakes, and never once have I heard of one attacking anybody, or they look at them, they'll be like you said, looking around a tree or whatever, but I've never had a report of one that actually was trying to hurt anybody. And they are a scary looking thing, though.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Hey.
I've talked to the Seneca elders, and it's okay. So if I encounter a rake or a skinwalker or Wendigo, what the hell do I do? And they said, "Well, you're a white man. You always carry a gun." I says, "Yeah, usually." He says, "You go for the head." I said, "You go for the head." And I said, "Why?" "Well, if you blow its head off, it can't find you to get you. You're not going to kill it, but you're going to really mess up its day." And I said, "Okay, that sounds good." Headshot. Just remember headshot.
Well, we had a guest on here a few weeks ago that talked about Wendigo. She was was it Oneida? No, that's not right. What tribe was that? It's in northern Minnesota, North Dakota, that area.
Yes,
but they go far up into Canada, and they have
Chippewa. Trying to think what the other tribe is. My friend is
that
one.
area.
Yeah.
But anyway, she said that there are. I think it was her. That wasn't it her or somebody else I was talking to?
Yeah.
About that there's good Wendigo and bad Wendigo. There can actually be good ones that will like help you and do good stuff, but there's also bad ones that'll kill you and probably eat you.
Yeah, try eating you.
Yeah, well, just like anything, there's good and there's bad.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Just like the Bigfoot. I'm glad we don't have the Alaskan Bigfoot down here.
Yeah, you ought to be. You ought to be. I've had some experiences with those.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you haven't heard my latest one, Dave.
No, I probably have not.
Just from this past February. I was up there this last winter. I was on Prince of Wales Island. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have.
Very, very popular Bigfoot area, and it's where those enormous tree trunks are stuck in the ground upside down.
Oh, that's
And people try to say the loggers did it, but I talked to some loggers and they said if we had done it, you'd be able to tell because there'd be tool marks on them where we grabbed them with our excavator or whatever and shoved them in the ground, and they don't have tool marks. So even the loggers there know that the loggers didn't do it. But the one I saw this last trip up there was 14 feet tall. So he was just a little one by Alaska standards.
Yeah.
And you know what he did, Dave? I was looking right at him. You know what he did?
no idea.
He disappeared right in front of my eyes.
Nice. There you go. There's the cloak.
Yeah.
Did you hear him anymore? Or no.
What's that?
Could you hear him moving afterwards?
No, I was in my car, and he was about probably 200 feet away, I'd say. But it wasn't a cloak in the sense of when I think of cloak, I think of something that like shimmers as it disappears.
Yeah.
This was just it was like he was there and he wasn't. It's like you flipped the switch.
Yeah, went to another dimension.
Yeah, he was like he went from there to he was gone. Just gone. And I had to go back. I had to go back the next day and go over to where he was standing and measure a tree that was there to figure out about how tall he was. But right about 14 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
that's big enough.
And I can't remember if I mentioned this. Tara was talking about the empty cans on the trees.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
In Bigfoot areas, she's been noticing. She was one of the investigators for Mary.
Yeah.
She was telling me that she's seeing a lot of empty beer and pop cans like 14, 15 feet up in a tree where the average person wouldn't be able to put them there. And it's usually marking game trails. She told me that. I saw maybe it's some hunter marking a game trail so he could see it when he's coming in at night. And she goes, no. But she wiped out her car, by the way. She hit a deer. I don't know if you heard that. She's okay.
Is she okay? Oh.
She's okay, but her little, what the hell was it? Fiat or whatever the hell she used to drive, that little spam can.
Yeah,
I guess she told it.
Oh no.
Yeah, she was supposed to take me someplace where it's kind of like R&R site where the things come in and mess with there's a older woman living by herself.
Oh.
And I said, yeah, I'd love to go there. And so I haven't talked to her lately. I have to try to get a hold of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her. I said, I'll go out there, sit out there with you by the fire. We'll see what the heck wanders in. Since I'm half crippled and not much of walking anymore, so it comes right up to the house. So those are my kind of Bigfoots.
Yes, exactly. Yep, they come to us.
Yes.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, as far as the things disappearing, I mean, up here, I've had tracking them in the snow and at the R&R site where the tracks just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like they take a step and then gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now what happened here, you know? And I'm looking at the snow and trying to figure out if they were doing the old Indian backstep trick or what, but no. Good clear pits going one way. Usually when something's walking like that or a person, there'll be snow where they flip off the tail of their shoe and it tells you what direction they're going.
Yeah.
And if they do it backwards, then you're going to have snow on the back of the track. And no, that didn't happen. So yeah, I'm kind of a believer. What either they're going multidimensional, or their little buddies, little green guys in the spaceships are beaming them up. Like, hey, there's so and so. Let's pick them up, take them for a ride. I have no idea what's going on. That place has just mystified me. You know, it started out as a flesh and blood monkey guy, and now it's like, I can't tell you what these things are. I think
almost every guest we've had on has said just what you said, Dave, that they started, and Mary and I are that way, started as flesh and blood, and now we know that we don't know what they are, but we know there's more to them than that.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's why I'm hanging around with the girl that's the she's been having really bad luck with health lately, but I want to get the her out with me. The girl that's seen the thing behind her garage.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's a medium, and she showed me some weird stuff. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
I've only been able to do it a couple times, but I saw her. She was sitting on. I was driving by her house. She's sitting on her steps. I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm watching the trees." I said, "What's something up in there?" She goes, "No, I'm watching the energy from the trees." I said, "Okie dokie." And she goes, "No, come here. Sit beside me on the step." Okay. She said, "See that tree there?" And I said, "Yeah, it's a big oak tree. Big old oak tree, like 300 years old." She says, "Okay, so I want you to think about that tree. I want you to close your eyes. Now open your eyes and tell me what you see." I said, "The tree is glowing." And she goes, "Yes. You see that?" And I said, "Yeah, it's glowing blue. What the hell am I seeing?" And she's the type of person that can see people's auras, right? She says, "You're seeing the aura of the tree." I said, "I didn't know trees had auras." She says, "Every living thing has an aura. They have the electrical impulse of life in them. That's what you're seeing." I said, "How come I never seen it before?" She says, "Because I'm attuning you to it. I'm getting you used to start looking for this stuff, because most people don't go that way."
Yeah.
Right.
well, let me
And
give
it's
you
like,
something to think about. The natives, and you can ask your Seneca. I don't know about the Seneca, but a lot of the native tribes, including the Cherokee, I'm pretty sure, down where I'm at, believe that Bigfoot can live inside a tree. That sometimes when they step, people will say they see them step behind a tree and they don't come out the other side. That
yeah.
actually they are going inside the tree, and that they can live, they can exist inside the tree. So maybe the aura you're seeing is the Bigfoot aura.
Yeah, and that's the area where she had a Bigfoot sighting there at that house, besides the rake. So
Yeah.
and she has, I think I sent Mary that picture I used to have of the ghost she took of walking down the road.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
So she smokes, and she has an 18-year-old daughter. She doesn't smoke in the house, so she'd go outside. She's on the old Native American trail that goes through Warren here. It's just part of it's a paved street now. And she always tells me about the spirits and the ghosts, she says, walking down the street. And she took a picture. So this thing was up kind of like next to a telephone pole. It was walking. I don't even know if I have that picture anywhere to be found, but she took it with her cell phone, and she goes, "What do you see?" So I took it and we put it up on the big screen on a computer. And it's a woman. It looked like a dark-haired woman dressed in a 1600 to 1700 style dress.
Yeah.
Down to the ground, walking. Looks like she's coming down the street, and right next to her looks like some sort of hound dog next to her. And then she goes, "Okay, now look in the back here along the old trail where it goes through the woods. And you can see other entities coming." She says, "This is what I see and what I feel all the time." I says, "So who is this?" She says, "I don't know, but she's on a long journey." I says, "You've never heard the story of Mary Jameson?" "No." She was captured, and that's where I told you to try to look that book up. Mary Jameson was captured as a child by the Delaware Indians and traded off to the Senecas. And then when she became of age, she was married into a tribe, a Seneca tribe. And then her husband died of sickness during the Revolutionary War. So she didn't have any other, she had her baby with her, but she didn't have anybody per se as family. Her husband's family lived up in Salamanca, which is about got to be close to 90-mile walk from where she lived.
Yeah.
And so that was her famous trek. Her and the baby made the trek along the Indian trails going up to Salamanca. And then Mary Jameson, she got married again, and she became the Seneca as a matriarchal society. So the women are the elders. They're in charge. They're the ones that own all the property.
Yeah.
Anyways, So she was in the tribe. She had property. Revolutionary War is over with, and they were doing the treaties. Talladega Treaty she was involved in, and a few other treaties. But anyways, she was doing the type of thing like, oh yeah, so a day's, so they used to go as far as you can walk in a day is going to be your area that you Seneca can keep, and you sell us the rest of this. Anyways, she knew the area, she knew the landmarks because she lived up there, and basically she carved out a way bigger chunk than what the colonials of the day, they're thinking something different. But then she went and proved to them, like, yeah, we own all this up here. You gave it to us. That's right here in the treaty. See this here? See this here? See this here?
Yeah.
And so she was a white woman that lived as a Seneca, and she was involved in a lot of important decisions for the Seneca Nation. But anyways, that is the time period. I mean, the type of dress she had on and everything, and that's who I told my friend, I said, that's who I believe it is. I mean, that's just really weird. But you didn't have a baby, but you had a dog, so I don't know. Maybe one of the guys coming up in the back had the kid with him. I don't no idea. But it was just really weird.
Yeah.
So hanging around with her, I see and hear and learn a lot of stuff. Of course, my son thinks I'm totally insane and imagining most of this stuff. So, oh well.
I'd love to meet her sometime.
Yeah, he's funny. He'll pick your brain over and he'll try to explain everything away. I mean, for a while there, a couple of times he was having discussions with Todd on stuff.
Well, that's what I was doing earlier about the raccoon eating the roots off the cattails. And
yeah, I never seen him do it. Who's to say they don't do it?
Yeah.
And who's to say?
You said they'd have to be scuba diving.
Yeah. Or
here's the big question: what has a, I don't want to use the word hand, but a paw that can pull cattails out by the root?
The only thing I can think of, maybe the beaver have their front claws, and maybe, but I don't see them doing it because they're not very big. Muskrats, right?
Yeah, but
they have.
A muskrat would be more likely to eat that, I guess, than a beaver. Beaver pretty much stick to bark and wood.
Yeah.
I don't know that they would eat that, but a muskrat might, but I don't think they'd be able to pull it out.
No, I pull it out and throw it on the side.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck was through here? Who's eating this stuff? And who knows? Maybe I have a feral human running around the woods over here,
Well, yeah, there are feral humans.
God only knows, or it could be our Bigfoot friends,
or an escape.
Down south there are. I don't know if you get many feral humans up in Pennsylvania. The winters would probably be kind of rough on them.
Yeah, we don't get. We get the. We had the rainbow family up here, running around the woods for a couple of weeks.
An escape.
And then they slowly disappear. Some of them walk in.
Hey, I know what it might be. It might be them spaceships beaming them up and eating them and then throwing the husk back down from the spaceship.
I have no idea. Or the spirit lights. I see spirit lights around here. Maybe those little guys eat them, They got to get some energy to glow from somewhere.
Well, I tell you, the skeptics would probably go for something like that before they would Bigfoot.
In the ghost experiences I had growing up in all our haunted houses that we lived in and all that stuff, it's like I kind of lean towards that way anyways, so it makes a lot of sense. There you go.
There. Yeah. Now all you got to do, Mary, is take that with your video editing skills and put some cattails beaming up on one side and then the stalks coming down on the other side.
Okay. All right.
And then Dave can show that to his son and tell him he figured out how they were doing it.
Yep. That'll do it.
But a lot of the stuff I get up at the festival, the kids will come up and tell me about things staring in the window looking at them when they're sleeping and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they do that all the time. I said, next time, look real carefully at the glass. You might see some of the nose prints and handprints, like we were getting at the R&R site.
Yeah.
And Robin says she still gets some of that still, but I don't think they stick around as much as they used to.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. They're not doing it as often, and it could be because of the cameras also.
Right. Well, like I said, I haven't stayed there. I haven't been there overnight in probably a year. I got to get over there.
Yeah. I know
and
it's been a while for me also.
camp out in the camper and see what happens there, you know. But yeah, I have no idea. Nobody does. It's just weird stuff.
Nobody's asked a single question in the audience tonight. They must think that Dave knows everything, so they don't have to ask.
Well, maybe we put them to sleep. We bored them to death.
Now there's still some of them in there awake. I can see them talking to each other.
Yeah, they're mostly chatting to each other about.
Yeah. Well, they probably heard most of my stuff before, other than those few news sightings. And
Well, they all know my stories, I think. I was going to tell some new ones tonight, but we're about out of time, so I'll save them for another day.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, save them for another time.
yep. And hopefully, I'll have some new ones here. I got the festival coming up here in
Yeah.
a couple more weeks, and see what I get and what my little spy network reports to me, and see what we got going.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've been going an hour and 43 minutes already.
Yep,
That
there's
seems like
another
it.
one.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you
there
go.
you go.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. And
Sorry.
we get around the fire, and we will talk almost all night. So
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to come see me this year in October when I'm up there.
yes, I have to get up there. I'm feeling better. I was at the Cleveland Clinic and got some better news, and so I might be
went to
around for a while.
I went to the doctor a while back, and I told him I was feeling better. He said, "Well, that's good because you aren't looking any better." I said, "I want a second opinion." So he called in another doctor, and they looked at me and said, "Yep, you're ugly."
Yeah.
Hey, that's not right.
Well, I didn't like it either, but and they still wanted me to pay them.
Yeah, they
They
have
always
that.
say though that doctors and lawyers are the only people that get paid to practice.
Yeah,
They practice.
that's
Although I want to start a new thing that weathermen get paid to practice because they just guess anyway.
Yeah,
Hey, I was
I
going
mean,
to tell you guys earlier, he was talking about the big fish. Now, this might be a big fish story, but my dad was born in 1911. So this would have probably been around 1925 down in southern Illinois, near where he lived. They were building a new lake. And when they dammed up the river, people started fishing in there. And there was this one particular spot. And everybody kept either having big hooks straightened out or lines broke. And I mean, they were getting like 100-pound line broke. And so one of the farmers said, "Well, I'll find out what's going on." So he goes to the blacksmith, and he has this huge treble hook made about 6 inches across. And he used a whole chicken for bait, put an entire chicken on there. And he slung that thing out in the river, and he hooked it to a team of mules. And I don't know if it was 2 mules or 4. They never said. But about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, something picked that bait up and ran with it. And when it hit the mules, it backed the mules up, almost pulled the mules into the river, supposedly, as the story goes. Well, so the farmer gets the mules set, and they make a little headway, and then something would drag them backwards, and they'd make a little headway, and something would drag them backwards. This goes on till almost sunrise. And about sunrise, they said all of a sudden the line went slack, and they thought, "Oh, crud, it got off." And so the guy had the mules pulled the line up out of the river, and it had a jaw on it that weighed over 100 pounds. Now, that was the story.
I wonder what it was.
Well, they said it looked like a catfish jaw.
Oh.
The lower jaw of a catfish, but it pulled the jaw supposedly off the fish after about 5 hours of fighting with it, 4 hours.
Wow.
That's a story. It might have been a fish story, but that was a story.
That's a good fish story.
Yeah.
Running around in somewhere, I don't know who has the pictures now, but from the Confederate side of the family along the Tennessee River down there, Fort Johnson is actually built on the part of that family side of the families. That was their family farm, the Scarboroughs, actually. Anyways, there's a picture of two good old boys, and all those boys are probably like 6'5", and they probably go about 170 pounds, long, tall guys. Well, there's two of them standing there, this picture, and they have like a tree pole between them, and through the lip of this catfish, and the catfish's head is high as their heads, and then the tail goes down and curls maybe a couple feet on the ground. So I'm going to say this catfish was probably around 8 foot long, maybe 9 foot long, and it was way wider than both those guys' shoulders. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a fish.
Yeah.
And that's big enough. That's big enough to eat a person.
And there's been plenty of guys' stories, and people say, oh, they're just making it up. But there's been a lot of stories of divers that have been hired to go down onto some of the big dams, if they had log jams down there or something that was plugging up a generator or whatever. And they'd go down and come back up and say, we're not going down there again. And they'd say, why not? There's catfish down there big enough to swallow a man whole.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And then there's, and then what was that guy that runs around in the world fishing all the time?
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah, he catches the biggest fish and all that.
And some of those big fish that he messes with, them things are huge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, who's to say that we don't have them here?
Well,
they were traditionally here. Like I said, what happened when they started putting the dams in, they limited the range of the fish.
All right.
So, yeah. I mean, and then, Illinois, bull sharks. My God, they're catching sharks up the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And there's a story about a shark that they caught in the Ohio. And it's like, yeah.
Sharks
And then now the science is saying, they could adapt to fresh water.
The bull sharks can.
Yeah.
But so the thing about these huge catfish, I mean, if they're down there, number one, nobody fishes that deep at the dam. And even if they did, if one of them got a hold of a bait, they'd just think they were hooked on a log jam. And it would probably, it'd break their line or whatever. And they'd
break the rod. If they ain't going to break the line, it'll probably break the rod.
They'd break something. And those people would never know what they had hooked onto because
all the Native American legends about people being eaten by them. So
my son, oh gosh, what year would this have been? He was about 12 years old. I had taken him to Boy Scout camp in Kansas, and on the way home, he wanted to stop and fish. And so we were close to a river there called the Neosho River. It's actually known for really big catfish, but he decides to start fishing, and he's got his line out, and I'm laying up on the bank probably 100 feet from him almost in the shade of some trees, and I'm about asleep. And all of a sudden, he starts screaming, Dad, 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 I got a huge fish. I got a huge fish. And I'm like, yeah, you got a log is what you got. Because I'm looking at his line, and it's tight, but it ain't moving. And I got up, and I run down there because he was yelling. And about the time I got there, I noticed, the line is moving. And it's moving real slow. And so I start telling him, make sure you keep the line tight. Just if you get any slack, reel it in. I thought he probably had a big catfish, because that river had some 60, 70-pound catfish in it. And he'd reel a little bit, and then it would pull some out. And this went on for quite a while. And finally, it rolled up on the surface, and its head come out of the water. And scared him and me both pretty much, and he let some slack in the line, and then immediately it snapped it off. But it was an alligator gar, and I would guess that fish was probably at least 8 or 9 feet long, and probably 18 inches in diameter. And he what it was. Oh yeah, it let go. That's what I forgot, that it let go, because then he reeled his line on in, and he had about half of a fish that we called a buffalo. He had caught about a 12-inch buffalo, which is a kind of a drum,
a little carp, right?
Kind of like a carp or a drum. Anyway, he had about a half of one of them left, and we could see the teeth marks in it where the gar never had the hook in its mouth. It was holding on to that fish he had caught. And that's why it came off all at once, was when it rolled. I thought it came off because he let a slack in the line, but it came off because it basically rolled, I guess, and saw us, because he had it reeled into within 20 or 30 feet of us. And I guess it saw us and just let go. But, that was a pretty big fish too, but not as big. It's not a record. I mean, they've caught them down in the Rio Grande that were the weight. I think the world record alligator gar was something like 700 pounds or something crazy.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff out there. Somebody posted Conowingo River in Georgia.
Yeah.
Catfish as big as the VW.
Oh, yeah, the guys that dove down there. I don't doubt it. Yeah. Well, and I was talking about, I grew up in Illinois here, and on the Illinois River and the Mississippi River, both, I've heard the same stories, that the fish were big enough to swallow a person whole.
Mark Twain had a story about a big fish they caught in his riverboat days.
Yeah.
I remember reading about. So,
well, and it was probably true, because I think back then the fish were bigger.
Yeah, like I said, free range. You didn't have locks and dams to deal with.
Yeah.
And like I said, Lake Erie died in the 1960s, but there were still some big fish out there.
Yeah.
And God only knows, you get a Superior and some of the deeper lakes, what the heck's running around out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, some of the Canadian
Michigan, but I've never fished in Superior, but there's probably some big fish out there.
Some of those Canadian lakes up there are 500-600 feet deep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's deeper than Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Well, I think Superior is that deep, isn't it?
I think it is. It's 1,200 feet or some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm old. I can't remember. Well, let's put it this way. There's a lot of shipwrecks in the Great Lakes they're just finding now, 100 years after the fact.
Yeah.
Lake Superior is maximum depth is 1,333 feet.
All right. So that wasn't too far, 1,200.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's where the Edmund Fitzgerald went down, wasn't it, in Superior?
There's back in the early 1920s, I think it was a hauled railroad cars from Erie to Canada, somewhere up there. They lost a 500-foot ship, and they never found it yet.
Oh.
Even with modern, I forgot what the name of it was. Bessemer number 2 or something. It hauled railroad cars.
Wow.
It disappeared in a storm, and they found wreckage and they found bodies, but they never found the ship.
Oh.
And it's somewhere off of Erie, between Erie and whatever that is in Ontario. I don't know what the hell the name of that is. But, they never found the ship, even to this day, with all the modern gear. They've been looking. They haven't found it. So where did it go? I mean, maybe it sank and hit the bottom hard enough. Maybe it buried itself in the mud. I have no idea. But you think they'd be able to pick it up with a magnetometer? I mean,
yeah, you would think so.
Yeah, I have no idea. But anyways, all kinds of strange things, all kinds of fun things, actually.
That's for sure.
Well, I found a story here about this wasn't a ship. It said there was in 1910, Rockslide sent a Canadian Pacific Railway freight train, locomotive number 94, and its boxcars plunging into the lake near Marathon, Ontario, and it wasn't rediscovered by divers until 2016.
Wow.
Well, that's the one thing I like, because I'm screwing around on the tugboats and wanted to be a tugboat captain there for a while, and I never did get my license. But anyways, I was always enthralled with the Great Lakes. There's two American ships that sank in the War of 1812 in Lake Ontario. I think they're in 500 feet of water, and it's very deep and very cold, and the ships are perfectly preserved. I was just watching a thing on YouTube where they go down, and the rifles are still in the musket racks. The cannons are still there. I mean, all kinds of, and the rope is still hanging from the rigging. And it was a blow up. A big storm blew up real quick, and the ships couldn't get their sails down quick enough. And they were small little ships. They were only like 80, 90 foot ships, but they rolled over and sank. And they found them, and they were going down, and I was watching that. It was just amazing. They probably could bring those boats up, and they probably would float.
Probably. Yeah, if they're preserved that well.
Yeah, they're on the Canadian side, and it's Maritime Memorial Maritime Reserve or whatever.
This is amazing to me. So I was looking along the same line. It says the SS Milwaukee was a railroad train ferry that sank in Lake Michigan on October 22nd, 1929, carrying 25 to 27 rail cars. All 52 crew members aboard perished, and the exact wreck was found in 1972, but it was only 3 miles off of shore in 90 feet of water. And yet it took them that long to find it. That's
well, after that Bessemer number 2, whatever it was, sank, it was like, I think it was 10 years later, there was a tugboat going through that area in a storm, and they hit something hard that damaged the hull of the tugboat. So they didn't know if maybe it was
called.
Pardon?
What was the one called that sank?
I think it was Bessemer number 2. Bessemer, like steel plant Bessemer.
Yeah. They
were hauling railroad cars between Erie and whatever that Canadian town is north of there. And I'm pretty sure it was Bessemer number 2.
Okay, hang on. I might have found something here. Wikipedia. Yep. It was called the Marquette and Bessemer number 2. Train ferry sank. The loss of 38 lives on Lake Erie on December 8th, 1909. Let's see. It departed Conneaut, I guess, Conneaut.
Conneaut.
Okay, daily 5-hour run to Port Stanley. The cargo was made up of 30 loaded railway cars. Departure had been delayed due to an ore carrier line having parted in strong winds, and it took nearly 3 hours for the harbor tugs to push the ship back against the dock. I don't know why they would have left like this, but it said the wind was blowing out of the southwest, gusting to 50 miles an hour when it left port, and by evening, the sustained winds that had reached 75 miles an hour. And then there's a big, long story. I'm trying to see. The last lifeboat was found in the spring of 1910. Two bodies of all the people on board were never found. No witnesses, survivors of the wreck to examine. Crew, aftermath, wreck. I'm trying to see if it said. So is this the one you said they never did find it?
They never found it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
And the area went down is like 500 feet deep, which is not really that deep.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
deep enough to drown
part of Lake Erie.
Yeah.
But it just it's just weird that things like
Yeah.
that happen.
It said one of the lifeboats was discovered by the Pennsylvania State Fish Commissioner's tug Commodore Perry, 15 miles off Erie, Pennsylvania. 9 bodies were found in the lifeboat. The boat had held a 10th person, but that person had gone mad, removed his clothes, and jumped overboard. Oh, so they must know that only because there were clothes left in the boat.
Yeah, they all froze to death, basically.
Yeah. Said none of the bodies were dressed in warm clothes, suggesting that the evacuation had been hurried. Says the steward, a ship steward named George R. Smith, was found with 2 large knives and a meat cleaver from the ship's galley. He must have been planning on eating them other guys in the lifeboat. I don't know.
I don't know. They said that he might have had an argument with the captain.
Oh.
I read someplace where they're having disagreement over living in the storm at the beginning of the storm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's crazy that they would have left in 50-mile-an-hour winds.
It was a different world back then,
I guess, but I guess. That's
and Lake Erie, the waves usually don't get over 20 feet.
Yeah.
But Lake Erie, 20 feet tall, but they're only 20 feet apart.
Right.
It's not like the ocean. It doesn't roll, so it'll hammer. It'll hammer you.
Well, and I read about that with the Edmund Fitzgerald, how one wave would be under the bow and the other one on the stern, and that would possibly be what explained that it broke in half.
We run into some when I was running tugs, we ran into some good storms, and tugboats, especially when you're pulling a barge, they don't go over the waves; they go through them.
Yeah.
So you have green water all around. You're basically almost a submarine, and sometimes those tugboats, they go down; they don't come back up.
Yeah.
So we avoided storms at all costs, but not to say that we didn't get caught in an unpredicted storm. Like, oh yeah, the front's not going to move through until after 9 o'clock tonight. Well, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're in trouble right now.
Right.
So yeah, Mother Nature doesn't follow our plans very well. But
yeah. Well, we're at our 2-hour mark, so I don't know if Mary
we better get going, huh?
Yeah, it's closing time.
We should call this. We should have called this the fireside story chat.
Fireside chat.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what we do when we get together. Is both, trade stories and weird stuff and things that pique our interest.
Yep, sitting around the campfire.
Yep. All righty, guys.
Well, it's good talking to you, Dave.
Yeah, thanks for popping in.
Good. Yeah, well, I got on almost, but you don't have to look at my face anyways. There's nothing to look at anyways. My beard isn't as pretty as Mark's, so.
Oh, can you see me?
I see you perfectly fine, and I see Mary too.
Yep, we can see you.
Patty Fry called me a bushy beard thing earlier or something. I can't remember.
Bushy beard. Yeah,
when I asked if her middle name was French. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Well, I don't grow my beard that long. I mean, I have several friends that do, but back in the day when I used to be kind of young and wild and used to get in fights a lot, I love getting in fights with a guy with a beard.
Yeah, I know.
Can you grab that beard? You can take him just about anywhere. Not Mark though. There's no way I was going to be able to manhandle him.
You know what's better than a beard?
You just grab that beard and.
Oh, you know what's better than a beard?
Yeah, you pull him. Oh, I used to grab him by the beard and introduce him to Mr. Knee.
Yeah, well.
And then once they went over butt over tea kettle, then when they're laying on the ground, I got the hell out of there before they got back up.
Yeah,
it's like, he might come up with smashed his nose pretty good. He might come up with a weapon. So I think I'm going to get out of here.
You can get a guy's attention by ripping earrings
much longer where you can get a grip on my face. Not that I can do anything. The whole story.
Yeah. When I was young, I was an Army guy, and we used to run into the Navy guys sometimes. And some of the Navy guys had earrings, and you can get a guy's attention by ripping that earring out.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a big guy that was choking me out one time, and he had an earring. He was a friend to boot, but he was pretty well inebriated on some moonshine. He had a hold of me. He was choking me out. I said, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. And he wouldn't let me go. So I grabbed his earring and I ripped it out.
Yeah.
He let me go.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably grabbed his ear.
Yeah. Well, it took a good chunk out of his ear with it. I mean,
oh, yeah.
To,
yeah. The whole earlobe will come with it sometimes.
Well, it split it pretty good. It was a nice, I should have kept it. It was a diamond stud. I mean, it was really nice.
Well, wasn't it Seneca that used to cut the enemy's ears off and thread them and carry them on their belt or something?
That was the Mohawk that used to do that. They used to, the whole thing of chicken fingers. It wasn't chicken fingers. It was people fingers. They used to fry them up.
Oh, I just remember ears from somewhere. One of the tribes used to do ears.
If you go back into that stuff, it's all that they used to eat. Cannibalism was a normal thing among most tribes.
Yeah.
And you know, they're rewriting history now. So you're never going to hear about the horrible stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I don't, you know, we're humans. We haven't changed, and we're still doing it, and we're still fighting, and still doing crazy stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's never going to stop.
No.
No, it will someday.
Yeah, when human race is gone, maybe.
Yeah, it'll come to an abrupt stop.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, tell you what, guys.
All right.
Let's close it down and
well, let me go through our guests here coming up, if you would.
Yes, absolutely, please.
So Friday at 7 Eastern, we have D.A. Roberts. Yep. He's an author. For people who don't know, he writes a series of, you know, they're called fiction, but there's, you know, some sort of historical truth to them. I think they include Bigfoot and vampires and all kinds of things. He'll talk about that, I'm sure, when he's here. Next Wednesday at regular time, 7:30, we'll have Dr. Dennis Carroll, who someone last week called him a demonologist, and I guess that's kind of true. He is a Christian, but he talks about he talks about demons and fallen angels and all kinds of things like that. So he'll be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The 19th is Natalie Smearman, who is a researcher, but also she appears in Greg Ogle's movies. Very pretty lady, so she's kind of a model, but she does acting, or I don't know if you call it acting. But anyway, she's involved in the movies with Relic Films. And so she'll be on the 19th. And then also another associate of Greg Ogle's is that I didn't even know till we had him on last week is Adam Davies, and he's on the 26th.
Yep.
And the 2nd of August is
September.
What's that?
Yes,
September.
Oh, what did I say? I mean, 2nd of September.
It's having a seizure moment.
I'm probably having a seizure. August, September 2nd. Gary Spikes. Imagine that.
Yes, our very own Gary Spikes.
Yeah, so he won't be moderating that night either.
Yep.
And then on the 9th of September is Stan Gordon.
Yep.
The 16th of September is Mike Lucci, who is a researcher out of New York. And he also, for years, had his own podcast that was, I used to watch him all the time because he was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was something news. And he would take all of the week's most interesting stories and he would recap them on a half-hour show. So you could get a whole lot of information real quick.
Yeah.
But anyway, and he told me he is getting ready to start his podcast back up. I'm not sure why he stopped having it, but he must have had some personal reasons. So he's the 16th of September. The 23rd is Carter Bouchard, who is another researcher and I've seen several things about him on Facebook lately. So if anybody goes in Facebook and does a search for Carter Bouchard, which is Buschard, you will see a number of things that he has going on, different interviews and investigations and what have you. The 30th of September is someone I suppose quite a few people have heard of. I think, again, if I'm not mistaken, out of New York, Christopher Noel. New York or Vermont, somewhere up there. Do you know Mary for sure?
I honestly, well, let me take a look if I have something in my notes.
Yeah, anyway, he's up north. And then from out west, we have on the 7th of October, we have Cindy Bueno Goodbreak.
Yes.
And is she New Mexico or Texas, somewhere out there?
She goes between Texas and Idaho. She has
Idaho. Okay.
a place in both.
And then the 14th of October, I think this is somebody you booked, Mary, Daniel Hageman.
Yes, he's
I
a
don't
local,
know that person.
Yeah, Western Pennsylvania. Has he's head of the Butler County. Well, it's both UFOs and Bigfoot, paranormal.
Okay. Well, that's all we've got booked out so far. I guess at some point we'll fill up the rest of October and start getting into November.
Yep. So far, yep. That's where we're at.
So
we'll go from there.
Should I mention what I had suggested that you and I do if you're able to make it, or should I just not mention it?
You mean in the Allegheny National Forest? Oh,
doing it live off my Starlink while we're out there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hey, why not?
Yeah. Well, if you're able to make it, we'll set up my Starlink and we'll do a live show from out there in the woods.
That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it or not.
Yeah, I knew you weren't sure yet. So
yeah, I tell Mark I go.
Well, maybe two of us could be remote and Mary could be home.
Well, that could be.
Yeah.
See,
I'd
Mary,
rather
what you
have her
missing?
there.
Look at this. Hey.
I'd rather have her there.
Yeah, me too.
If she doesn't come, there'll be some Bigfoot show up asking for her.
Oh yeah, we'll be looking for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Mark?
Is there a lady here with a golf club?
You ever play Mark, the suspected Bigfoot saying my name? Mary?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Do you have a copy of that?
Oh, I do, but God knows I would have to really dig for it. Yeah, it's way back in the history, way back there.
Well, I'll play it for him when I see him if you don't have it. But
yeah,
I've never had one call my name, but I've had one speak in my voice. In the woods.
this one's calling my name, and it just sounds really. I had a friend of mine that's a very devout Christian told me, "Don't go out there. That's a demon."
Yeah,
that's a demon. Don't go out there.
Hey, some people think Bigfoot are demons,
and they could be. I don't know. They're treating me good, so I'm fine with them.
Yeah, I know. we don't know. We won't know until that last trumpet blows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
yeah,
I remember one of the trumpets in Revelation blows, and that's when the beasts of the earth start killing people. But I'll be gone by then.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll be gone.
Coonbro's got that whole story about him messing around with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's for sure.
All right, guys.
All right, Dave. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you.
Yep. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, Dave.
Take care.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else, I don't think.
Oh, yeah, I think that's it for me also.
Firewater's got a question there. Open panel. What does that mean? Oh,
I think he was asking because all the names that we were naming out in Firewater. No, that's we have a show every Wednesday, a podcast every Wednesday, and those are all the people that'll be a guest on the different podcasts throughout, all the way up until October.
Well, I'm going to throw something out here that I don't think will be a problem, because I don't think I'll get 20 responses to this, but anybody that's listening tonight that's interested, you can go to my email, which is cryptidsearch@myyahoo.com. Shoot me a message and tell me you want to. We're going to have our annual get-together that I don't usually invite very many people to, but we don't have a lot of people here, and most of you are regulars. And you'd have to be, I guess, fairly close to Allegheny National Forest, really, unless you want to drive a long ways. But I know Patty Fry, and I don't know if New York Todd's still here, but I've invited Todd before, and he didn't come. But it's an open invite here. If you email me and let me know, it's a secret. How does L.A. Marzulli say it? In an undisclosed location.
Yes.
But and it's back in the woods a ways, isn't it, Mary? You found
it
your
is.
way.
Yeah.
But you can drive to it. You had to know where you're going. And if you try to use your GPS, it'll bring you in the wrong way. But I was thinking maybe Patty Fry'd want to come, and I don't know who else, but anybody that's up that way.
That's around the Allegheny National Forest area.
It is. It's let me look at the dates here. I got them down. I will probably be there by, the 7th is a podcast night. So if I'm there on the 7th, I'd have to do it with my satellite dish, which is fine. But technically, it's the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. And it's my annual get together for my nonprofit. We have our business meeting there every year, but we spend 4 days there deep in the Allegheny National Forest, where there are plenty of Bigfoot. And, anyway, I just thought I'd throw out the invite tonight if anybody's interested.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'll be fun no matter what, being around other researchers. And it's great to pick other people's brains.
Well, and Paul Bogdan will be there, that was on the show with us a while back.
Yeah.
And Paul Mateo will probably be there, who is one of the old-time researchers from Western Pennsylvania. He's been around at least as long as Stan Gordon has. I hope he shows up. He didn't come last year. He wasn't feeling well, I guess. But he lives there in Pennsylvania somewhere. I'm not sure. No, he might live up across the border in New York, because he works. He's still working. He's old, but he still works. Older than me. He works in Buffalo, the same as Paul Bogdan does.
Okay.
And there'll be a few others. There's my secretary treasurer. I can't. He lives down around you somewhere, Mary. And he was there last year, but you met him. I can't think of his name. Isn't that terrible? I can't remember his name right off. But anyway, there'll be a good group of people there. So you're welcome, Patty. Show up. Just let me know you're coming, and I always tell everybody you're welcome to bring a guest if you want to. So some of the people are not single, so if they want to bring a guest, they're welcome to do that, like a wife or husband or friend or whatever you want to call them.
Patty, just get in touch with Mark, and he'll give you all the information on it.
Right. Just shoot me an email, and then we get closer to time, I will send you the coordinates and kind of some instructions on how to get there. And matter of fact, I think, Mary, when you come last year, did I meet you out by the highway and lead you in? or did you find your way in?
Yeah, you met me
Okay.
at I think a Dollar General or something.
Okay. Yeah, there's a that's the closest. That's the closest a business, and it's 4 or 5 miles out. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a Dollar General there in.
Yep.
I can't think of the name of that town.
Yeah, for the last minute supplies before
yeah,
you.
yeah. And if we need, somebody that's camping needs ice or soda or whatever, they can go there.
Oh, and that cafe, that restaurant that we went to breakfast.
All right.
Yeah,
that's where Pauline works, and I'm hoping that she comes out again.
Yeah. Such a nice lady.
Yeah. Yep. So there'll be a bunch of good people there, and Dave Wargo said he's coming, and
yes.
So, well, he won't stay overnight because he only lives a few miles away. It's like Jeff Anderson and his wife, they come out, but they go home at night, late at night. Usually.
I'm hoping that they'll come on the show, on the podcast.
I invited him, and he said they would, but then the date that he said they could be on, this was way back in July, we already had somebody. So I said, well, we got somebody that night, but how about, I told him whatever the dates were at that time in August.
Yeah.
And then I never heard back from him. So I have to bug him some more.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell him October. We'll get them scheduled for October.
Well, and if we do a live there at the campground, at the campsite, they'd probably be there for that.
Yes.
But and that one might go more than 2 hours if we got Dave Wargo there and Jeff Anderson and all them guys. They'll talk half the night.
Yep, that'll be a true campfire story time.
Yeah. Yep.
No, it'll be fun, and everyone, I want to let you know that I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming in and joining us. And
absolutely.
Yeah, Firewater and Wojo, I think both of you came in right around 9:30, and well,
they go back and watch the show from the start.
Yes.
And I've told people before, if you can leave any kind of comment on YouTube, it helps the algorithm, as they call it. It helps Mary's channel out, and just go on there and leave. I'll bring pallets, Patty. I'll. Oh, you want them for crafts?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But anyway, leave something. If you don't want to write a comment, that's fine. If you like the show, put a heart. If you don't like the show, there's a poop emoji. Do whatever. Put something on there, and every one of those helps the channel.
Yeah, it truly does. Just put a little icon in there of a waving hand or the poop emoji or whatever you want, a little smiley face. Anything is appreciated, and again, like Mark says, it helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
And
and I didn't realize until I got into this YouTube stuff that Al Gore, I knew he invented the internet, but I didn't know he had anything to do with YouTube.
Well, he's got some rhythm.
Yeah. So,
cha-cha.
Al Gore rhythm.
All right. Well, let's close it down, Mark.
All righty. Well, good show tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. So.
Yes, it was different. It was enjoyable, and I do like these occasional ones where it's just us talking, and then I'm glad that Dave was able to come in and talk about his different things going on. And
sure. Well, and if you talk to Marie about rescheduling, you can put her in October too sometime.
Yeah.
But I think we've already got the one scheduled for the week, actually, of the camp out. We may have to reschedule that if we do what I said. Because, well, no, actually, we'd have to do a special edition because the 7th is the one we've got scheduled. And technically, the outing doesn't start till the 8th. And I'd kind of like to wait until maybe even Saturday night to do our one from the campground.
Yeah, we could do that. No problem.
So, yeah, there's actually not one scheduled during the actual camp out.
Right. Yeah, Friday night or Saturday during the day or night, either one.
So it'd be the 9th or the 10th. Oh, we got to do it at night because if the Bigfoot hear us, they might come in.
Heck yeah.
We might get Samurai Chatter live.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Okay. All right. Thank you again, guys. And don't forget, join us Friday evening. We'll be on at 7 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be with D.A. Roberts. So make sure you write it down, put it in your calendar, and join it, because that should be pretty good also. It'll be fun.
I'm sure that'll be a good show.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you coming in and helping out.
I just come to look good.
Well,
that's my goal.
There you go. That's what you do. All right. Thank you. And
good night, everybody.
Everyone, good night. And Monkey Wench out.
Good night. Bye.